Hey everyone, welcome back to Best of One. Today we'll be doing Best of One. I'll be playing an Omni mill deck. It's essentially this deck essentially stalls out the game with Dovin's Acuity, returning it to your hand over and over again with instants cast on your main phase, with Revitalize, Opt, Article Idea, etc., etc., and then eventually gets to a point where you can resolve Omniscience, and then Psychic Corrosion, and essentially deck the opponent out by drawing basically your whole deck. The deck also plays Mastermind's Acquisition for the sideboard to tutor up things like Clear the Mind if you need to shuffle your deck back in, Psychic Corrosion in case you need to mill faster, then obviously removal, and then just answers for everything else. Then you also have Sanguine Sacrament to not deck yourself if you want to get that. You also have Lich's Mastery, which makes sure you can't lose a game from decking. But also this deck has a lot of ways to gain life. So if you want a way to get card advantage, while also not being afraid to deck yourself, or maybe you are at a low life total and you need to increase your life. This is also a good card to grab if you have enough life gain cards in your hand, or if you have a lot of cards in your graveyard. You can basically gain life off the Contempts, off the Cravings, off the Revitalize, off Dovin's Acuity itself. So it's actually a pretty good card in this deck. This deck was originally, this shell essentially was originally made by BBD, Brian Braun. He's the one that started playing Dovin's Acuity first, and then I got a deck donation sometime last week with someone adding Omniscience and Psychic Corrosion to basically give it a combo engine. And then I tweaked some numbers here by adding Search for Azcanta, I think Immortal Sun, I cut a Corrosion, just tweaked a few numbers here and there. This deck's pretty sweet though. This is the best mill deck I've found in Standard. So if you like to mill people out, or even if you like beating mono red, this also has good matchup versus mono red as well. So it's good versus mono red, good versus most mid range. It is not good against Nexus deck and control decks. Essentially, if you play against a Esper control deck or a Dimir deck, you have a ton of dead cards in removal, where they have counter magic, they have thought erasure, they might have duress. So you can beat them, but those are your hard matchups. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. This deck does take a little longer to play, because you are basically a control deck, a life gain control deck that mills people. But it's a sweet one. I mean, this is a loose hand to keep, but it does have our namesake, which is Acuity. And if we draw White Source, we're in good shape. Even if we don't draw White Source, we can still have two Cravings and potentially a Contempt until we draw a White Source, and we are on the draw. I'm going to try this hand. All right. So yeah, if we get a White Source, we are in very good shape, obviously, because we'll have not only Acuity but also Revitalize. But double Craving against mono red should be good enough, as long as we don't stumble on this third land too hard. Okay. Let's take two here. Alright, so normally I would kill the wizard to stop Wizard's Lightning, but since they have two, there's no real point. Here's to hoping we draw a white source, or at least a land. Next turn. Huh, interesting. I'm gonna kill this. It's still the most life. This does more damage, but I can kill this next turn with the other craving. There's a white source. I'll play that tapped. I'll most likely crave this. And the following turn I can play Revitalize or Acuity, or even Contempt if I draw land. Depends what I draw, obviously. If I draw another white source, I'm tempted. I could just, you know, cast Kaya's Wrath. Alright, we drew a white source. That was a pretty good draw. By pretty good, I mean really good. Sure, doesn't do anything. Alright, cast Acuity. Alright, didn't draw a land, but it's fine. I can't complain after top decking that land for Kaya's Wrath, so I am good. I'll go ahead and Kaya's Wrath again. This pop, I mean, it's not getting any better. Alright, and here's where I can start putting the game away. Especially against mono red. Like, this is too much life for them to handle. We've essentially undone everything they've done. All right. So we need to find a Mortify. Let's see if I can find one off the op first. I'll bounce this to my hand. I'll take that. I'll try one more time to find Mortify from the top. Alright, it's not. So I'm just gonna tutor a Mortify for sure, so I can get that off the table. Next turn. Alright, let's play this. I'm going to main phase this to get value out of the Acuity. Bounce to our hand. And just pass back. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I'll take damage. All right. I think more white sources than anything else at the moment. So let's go back up to 20. Doesn't it just feel great against mono red? Yeah, it's fantastic. The deck has a very good matchup against mono red, unless you get super unlucky. But its mono red matchup is really good, which makes it a good deck for best of one. So. And traditionally, there's not too much control in best of one. You will see it, of course. You always see like Esper and Dimir, but for the most part, you'll see more aggro decks than anything else. I wonder if they're like a Gruul mid-range deck, or if they're like There's no way they're gates. If they were gates, they only could have played Mountain Gruul Guildgate. Okay. Yeah, there's some sort of aggro deck. So basically, this Revitalize countered that spell, and more than countered it, and drew us a card. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this. I swear, 20. It's fine. The only thing I need to watch out for is Domri. Domri's probably the only card that's a problem. There's Contempt. Alright, that's good. Alright, that's also good. I'll pass. I'm at comfortable. I'm at a comfortable 24. I could Craving here, but I don't see a real reason to. I can just Acuity on my main phase, and then Craving on main phase as well. Go back up to 7 cards, and 23 life. Okay. I don't want them to adapt that, so I am going to kill it. This also gives me time to deploy Azcanta and get that going. I can also put a stop on my upkeep to kill this with Contempt, which puts the 6th card in my graveyard, and then this puts the 7th card in my graveyard. I can transform Azcanta. I'll play Acuity in case we draw a tap land. Okay, there's tap land. Pass back. So 6, 7, 8. Ah, sucks. They naturally drew all their Ghost Chambers. Okay. Okay. Play Catacombs and pass. Now if I draw Masterminds, I will most likely Mastermind for Omniscience. Alright. Dovin. Vitalize. There's Mastermind. And I'll pass. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have more than enough to combo. I'll show you the combo if the opponent doesn't concede. I mean, we're at 32. They're probably. I mean, they are super far behind, so they're probably going to concede. Yeah. But the combo again is getting Omniscience and essentially drawing your whole deck. Because you juggle Dovin's Acuity with instants, you keep drawing your whole deck. Eventually, you find another Masterminds, and you find the other Masterminds. You can clear the mind, shuffle your graveyard back into your deck, or you can find another Psychic Corrosion, or you can find like a Mirari Conjecture, like basically whatever you need. This hand is kind of slow. There's no point for me to really cast Radical Idea. I mean, I have 7 cards. I don't need to have my lands. I'm not really looking for anything. So instead, I'm just going to hold it until I can balance Acuity with it. All right, I'm gonna try to Mortify here. And if they counter it, I'll just play a tap land. But either way, At least I get back my Acuity. There we go. So they're not normal drakes. They have some sort of control element to their deck. Let's see if this resolves. Alright, so that's their second Ionize. So only 2 more Ionize. So I gotta be careful because I do need... I can't really afford to have my other Acuity countered. It's fine. They have something else for sure. That's a good draw. Let me cast this. See if I can get rid of that creature. Actually, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna Contempt at their end step, or during their turn rather. If they counter it, I can untap and try to cast a Wrath. So they have Opt or Shock or something. They have some sort of an interaction spell. Another one. You know, let me see if this resolves. Alright. It's a good one to get down. Now I have to worry about my life total. Make sure I don't go too low. If they have to Mizzet, it kind of sucks, but it's not too big a deal because we do have Kai's Wrath. And if they tap out, it means I can just cast Kai's Wrath. All right. Okay, so I can't Acuity and Kai's Wrath. I just have to Kai's Wrath. I'll still like to make land drops. I'm actually going to discard 1 Mastermind. Actually, or an Acuity. I think I'm an Acuity, actually. If I draw White Source here, I can play this Acuity. I don't draw White Source, but it's fine. As far as cards go, we have enough cards because of the Immortal Sun. We just gotta be careful. We should make sure our life total is high enough. Alright, no, don't use both White Sources, just use one, please. Okay, let's do it again. Go in Chemisters and bounce back both the Acuities. Alright, so we gotta discard 3 cards. Hypothesizzle. Okay. I want to save the pinpoint removal. Alright, so let's discard 1 Mastermind, the land, and maybe get rid of 1 Mortify. No, probably Revitalize. I want to be able to kill their Niv-Mizzet if they have one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no. I need to mainly tap this because it keeps tapping both my White Sources, which is a problem. Like, I should not tap both White Sources to cast a spell because I actually need some white. Let's see if this resolves. Huh. Interesting. Did not think it would resolve. Should grab a Negate. In case we do get a counter war. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I get 2 more lands, I can play Omniscience, negate a counter spell. Or I can negate this. Pick Crackling Drake, it's fine. No, let's see if I can mortify this. They could have dive down. Alright, nice. I'll just go and get rid of the double the cravings here. I'm also going to go ahead, while shields are down, wish for a Clear the Mind, and shuffle my graveyard back in, because that's all my Masterminds. And I'd like them all back in my deck. Okay, Wall doesn't do anything, obviously, because the sun is out. Alright, so I can combo off now. They might concede, I don't know, but regardless, I can deploy the Omniscience and start comboing. Okay. I guess people just don't wanna deal with it. But even if you need to rebuy the Clear the Mind, you can get the Mirari Conjecture, which on the second chapter will get you back to Clear the Mind. If you need to do it again, basically. Missing blue, but I think we will draw it. We have 4 lands, which means we can cast almost every spell in our deck except obviously the blue spells. But if we draw blue source, we're in good shape. Like, this hand's really good if we draw blue source. Okay. I mean, even by turn 5, if I draw it by turn 5, it's fine as well. Like, next turn, even if I miss it, it's not a big deal. As long as by turn 5, it's fine. If it's turn 6, it's still probably fine. After that, it gets messy. Alright, let's take 4 here. Okay, Pyromancer. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Alright, there it is. There's one blue source. That's a Chain Whirler. We can draw a card. If we draw a removal spell, we're good. If we draw a blue source, we're also good. If we draw a blue source, we can just cast both of these and catch back up. Sure. Okay, that's. I mean, I'll take that. That's fine. Also fine. Do need to find a second blue source eventually, though. Okay. Alright, that's good. Okay, Mastermind is also pretty good. Right. Let's get the Cry the Carnarium here. Then cast Opt to balance both of them back. I don't need them. I think I'm good on blue. I have 3 blue. I mean, I'm sure I'll draw more as we start casting all our spells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can cast the Sun. Then cast an Acuity. That tapped wrong though. I should have tapped it, so I played this turn. But it tapped all my white, I think. I should tap. I should have mainly tapped it, I guess. It's fine. It's still fine. It's not gonna matter. We have a ton of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay, let's play Acuity. I don't want to mill them just yet because I am at 5 life, and I don't want to mill over a whatchamacallit, a risk factor. I don't want to Contempt here because even if I could Contempt this, they can sacrifice their Firebrand to kill this Firebrand, and I don't get any life. Alright, this game's done. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. We're gaining like 6+ life a turn. We're drawing like 4+ cards a turn. Not good for the mono-red. Not good for the mono-red opponent. Man, another hand with not blue, but again we have like 2 castables. And if we draw any land, we can cast the Contempt. And best of 1, as we know, is filled with mono red. So double Craving is fine to keep. I'm gonna go ahead and main phase this to shut off Lightning, Wizard's Lightning. For 1 mana. Okay. I don't think playing this tapped is more... Playing this tapped, I don't think is more important than holding up Contempt. It's not like a huge factor either way, but... Alright. Would like to draw a blue source soon. Maybe next turn. But these are the games that prove difficult if you don't draw your lands, basically. Or your colored sources. I'm trying to save Mortify for as long as possible in case they do have Frenzy. I'd like to not die to Frenzy. Okay. All right. Wow, this stinks. I'm going to Kaya's Wrath. I'm going to try to hold up the Contempt for a little longer, just in case I like eventually get to a point where I can Acuity and Contempt. I probably can't, but okay. I could grab a blue source with this, or I can grab Lich's Mastery. We don't have a lot of cards on Graveyard, but we do have a lot of life gain cards. If I can get to a point where I can play Mastery and cast Revitalize, I think we're good. That's pretty far away. Maybe I don't risk it. Maybe I just do find the blue source first. Okay. There's a blue source. Finally. I mean, I can grab Sacrament or Mastery. Sacrament's probably the better one. Not probably, it is, but I think either way, I think I'm gonna ignore both and just get Mirari. Mirari lets me rebuy the Mastermind event as well, and then when the third chapter happens, I can get both. I can get Lich Master and Sanguine Sacrament if I want to. I don't want that. That sucks. I can't get... I didn't want this because it wasn't a blue source. But now I can't get Mortify and cast it in the same turn. So I'm going to give my opponent a pretty big window here. You know, I was trying to draw that second blue source. Let me cast Op first. Actually, no, I'm just going to cast Mortify and hold up Contempt. And if they don't do anything, then I can, you know, cast Radical Idea or Opt or whatever. Also, I'm getting double souls next turn, so holding Opt is most likely better. Oh my god. A third Frenzy, okay. Okay. Alright, let me tutor for... have to get Mortify. Mortify. Should get another blue source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna get Acuity. See if I can find a blue source though. I'll take that. Take that too. I can't gain 6 life here. I feel like if I gain 6 life, I'll probably just die to the frenzy. Let's cast Acuity first. Okay. Cast Revitalize. I think I'm gonna go for the combo. I know we don't have a lot of card draw right now, but I think it's still worth it. It's either that or go for the Acuity. I think the Acuity is probably safer, but I want to try to show the combo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I can also like Acuity, Radical Idea, Acuity. So I can see 4 cards, including my draw step. Alright, that's good. Okay, we're at 3. Alright, nobody wants to see it. We're at 3, like, geez, we're at 3, man. You have like a chance. Not a high chance, but you have a chance. To be fair, we're drawing 2 cards off the Acuity, then drawing 1 up at Radical Idea, then drawing 2 more cards off both the Acuities. So we're drawing 5 cards total, gaining 10 life. And by then, we should probably find another instant. But they didn't know we had a second Acuity. Alright, this is Esper Control. This is a matchup that is not good for us. We do have an important card though, which is Immortal Sun. It's just that it usually does not resolve. Okay. At least I can pitch some of these dead cards. There's been 2 lands and then didn't play a land? That seems greedy. I'm gonna assume the only reason they did that because they're missing double blue. That's the only reason I can imagine, so they probably can't counter this. Yep. think I take Nezahal. Kind of far from Nezahal, but it's my best threat against them. Alright, so they definitely have a counterspell. It's pretty obvious from them binning both of those lands aggressively. Alright. I don't want to jam the Sun into a counterspell. I'd rather play Nezahal and like make them waste resources back and just expend resources back and forth. I mean, now I have like I have five cards to discard. All right, I guess I can't beat Nezahal. Can't beat ol' Loch Ness Monster. That's okay. It's fine. It's a good hand. It's fine. It's a fine hand. I just always get scared when I see two lands because I'm like, will I ever see my third land? Luckily, I did. The answer is yes. Alright, hopefully I can kill this before it gets too big, like now. Cannot kill it now. Can kill it next turn. Being on the draw against mono red is rough for any deck, but it should be a little easier for us. It shouldn't be too terrible for us, honestly. We'll see, though. I'm gonna kill this Steamkin. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to shock this. Alright, I gotta shock it. Okay. Just run it back. Okay. Dovin. Search for Azcanta. This is interesting. I mean, I think I'd always take it. I know it's not good, but they need 2 double 3 spells. I'm tempted to. I'm just gonna Mastermind for Revitalize. It feels kind of bad, but I'm low. My life is low. I don't want to die here. Also should flip Azcanta next turn. Play McHeld. That's fine. Doesn't do anything. I'm gonna graveyard this because I want to transform Azcanta. Alright, can Acuity. Can Mortify. And I think we're good here. I think we are safe. I'm gonna hold this to just gain more life. Basically, so I can cast this again. Cast this twice during my main phase. Well, now I'm gonna cast Contempt instead, but it's still gonna be a lot of life. But I'm still gonna hold this because I have basically everything I need. This game is done unless they also have Frenzy, but I can't imagine they have Frenzy plus Claim Killed. So, yeah. Monitor was a good matchup. Well, there's the deck. I think this is our best deck we've been playing in Best of 1 recently. It's a very strong deck, as you saw. It's very good against the metagame. Your worst matchup is Esper, though. If you are like taking this to FNM level, or wherever you're playing, if there's a lot of control decks, I would not recommend this deck because it is not very good versus control. We won our game because we were able to acknowledge that they were down. Their shields were down when they had only one blue source, and they were aggressively bidding their Godless Shrines. Then we were able to get Nezahal and win that way. But traditionally, they can very easily like Thought Erasure you, counter your relevant spells, resolve a Teferi, and like you're kind of behind. If you do want to shore up the control matchup, you can by adding things like Sorcerer's Spyglass or Thought Erasures. But when you do that, you make your other matchups worse. And I like the current configuration. Let's see what we got real quick, because it is good versus, again, mono red, which is the biggest deck. I also like it versus mono blue, because against mono blue you have you have 4 cravings, then you have 4 mortifies, and mortify can hit things like their enchantments instead of their creature. You can hit Curious Obsession instead of going all in on the creature. Then you have 4 board wipes as well. So I also think mono blue matchup is fine. Obviously, if they draw the hand that's like turn 1 1-drop, turn 2 Curious Obsession, hold up, dive down, turn 3 retort, Spell Pierce, you're not winning. But at that point, nobody's really winning. I'm not sure any deck that can actually beat that hand. But yeah, this is the deck. I really like it. Hope you enjoyed it as well. And I read all the comments, and I just want to say thank you for everyone that leaves positive feedback or constructive criticism. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'll see you all on Friday. We'll be playing Best of 3. Yeah, that's it. Make sure to follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Eldrazi, and you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Eldrazi. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys and gals.